Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for part 4 of the Monday Q&A. So let's get to those questions. Do soy products affect testosterone levels? Man, this has been debated for 15 years. I remember reading studies on this 12 years ago that were showing that if you ate a soy-based meal versus a red steak, your testosterone dropped by 25% for the next 2 hours. It was a very limited, small study. Then another study came out showing that it slightly boosted testosterone. Then 3 more studies came out showing no change at all in testosterone. So what is the take-home message there? As far as we can tell, and what the total meta-analysis shows, is that soy products do not seem to have a statistically significant effect on total serum testosterone or estrogen levels in males. There have been a few isolated studies here or there that show an effect, but they're not always replicatable, and the overall consensus seems to be that it doesn't seem to be significant enough for us to be concerned about. And remember, quit chasing transient fluctuations in serum testosterone levels and growth hormone levels. Neither one has any effect on your gains. Waste of time. All right, next question. Do you still gain muscle during a deload? Yes, absolutely. And you also gain a lot of muscle in the week following a deload, assuming you actually needed the deload. Now, if you didn't actually overreach and you just randomly deloaded for no real reason, no, you might not gain as much muscle as if you had overreached and then you use it as a period of underreaching. And people forget that yes, an individual training session is what stimulates the change in protein synthesis, but previous sessions and what you've done in the previous weeks and months before a given session can still affect the way that your body adapts as a result of the new stimulation. It's a very complicated topic, more than I can get into with you guys. But yes, you will gain muscle during the recovery phase of your deload week as long as you're still training correctly. And then the following week after, now that you have fully recovered and adapted and those new strength and performance gains kick in, you're going to gain a good amount of muscle on that week following the deload also. All right, final question. What are some excellent isolation exercises for tricep long head besides skull crushers? All right, as I've covered before, remember, it's the way that you do the skull crusher that determines the amount of tricep activation. Anything that lets you get extension of the shoulder. So if you're doing a tricep press down and you're coming up high and then bringing it down to where your shoulders are extending up, that is recruiting more of the long head. Anything done behind the head activates that stretch reflex. It puts that stretch on the tricep and it helps work the long head. It doesn't matter whether it's with a cable, whether it's with a dumbbell, whether it's with a barbell. It doesn't matter whether you're doing it with one hand or two, you're still working the long head with anything behind the neck or behind the head like that. So it's all about shoulder extension and stretch. So hopefully that clarifies that a bit. And the reason I was showing it with skull crushers is that because a skull crusher done that way actually effectively recruits all 3 heads. It is a good lift to just develop a well-balanced tricep. So that's the reason I point out using the shoulder extension on the skull crushers rather than necessarily always recommending something behind the head with a deeper stretch. All right, guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time in the final part of the Q&A.